So hello everyone, welcome back to day 20 of the 60 days 60 minute UGC NET Management Challenge. Today we will be studying Unit 3 Human Resource Management, of which we have completed 30% of the portion yesterday. We will continue with its learning. We had finished strategic role of human resource management 5P model. First, let's go through the last model. Human resource planning, focusing on forecasting HR needs and planning to meet those needs. Human resource auditing, evaluating effectiveness, compliance of HR system. Human resource auditing, human resource evaluation, measuring outcomes of HR strategies. This is evaluating the effectiveness and compliance of HR system. Strategic human resource management, formulating and executing human resource policies and practices that produce the employee competencies and behaviors the company needs to achieve its strategic aim. 5P model of strategic human resource management: philosophy, policies, programs, practices, processes, people. Philosophies, then policies, programs, which becomes practices, which helps to develop processes, and finally people. And then what is human capital? It refers to the stock of employee skills, knowledge, and capabilities that may not show up in a balance sheet but have significant effect on a firm's performance. Steps of strategic human resource management. The logical sequence of strategic human resource management steps typically move from broad strategic goals to specific actions, step by step. To achieve excellence in human resource management, to promote teamwork, to achieve group cohesiveness, to improve participation, and to shift focus from statutory participation to total participation. This is something we have to learn. First excellence, then promote teamwork, then promote group cohesiveness, then improve participative management, then shift focus from statutory participation to total participation. So now we start with competency mapping and balance scorecard. What is HRD scorecard? The HRD scorecard is a strategic measurement tool that evaluates the effectiveness of HRD, human resource development initiatives in improving both individual and organization process. It was developed by T.V. Rao, a pioneer of HRD in India. Its main goal is to link human resource development practices with business outcomes. Dimensions of the HRD scorecard: HRD competence score, HRD culture score, HRD value score, and business linkage score. So four dimensions we have. First is HRD competence score, quality and capability of the HRD function, skills, tools, processes, etc. Quality and capabilities of the HRD functions. HRD culture score, organizational climate and values that support learning and development. HRD culture score, organization climate and values that support learning and development. HRD values score, ethical foundation and people-oriented values promoted by HR. HRD values, ethical foundations and people-oriented values promoted by HR. HRD business linkage, how HRD contributes to tangible business results, productivity growth. HRD competence score, HRD culture score, HRD values score, HRD business linkage score. So four dimensions. Now we'll see the next part. The Balance Scorecard, developed by Robert Kaplan and David Norton, is a strategic performance management tool used to monitor and improve an organization's performance across four key dimensions. These are financial perspective, customer perspective, internal business process perspective, and learning and growth perspective. Let's see. Financial, customer, internal, and learning. We will see the check the portion. Also, just to discuss the last day's progress, we have corrected the issues faced in all these different questions and theory. Only this unit 9 is left, which we'll address later. I will start from here. Revisit HRD scorecard. Okay, I will look into it again. So now we will move ahead. Next comes career development tools. Coaching career, the occupational position a person has had over many years. Coaching is used on improving skills and performance through instructions and feedback, especially in the workplace. Educating, instructing, and training subordinates is coaching. Mentoring, advising, counseling, and guiding. Mentoring involves a senior or more experienced person guiding a junior in personal and professional growth. Career anchors, pivots around which a person's career swings. Career anchors are internal drivers like values, motives, or talents that influence career choices. So this is also done. Yes, पहले career आता है, occupational position a person has had over many years. Then comes coaching, educating, instructing, and training subordinates. Then comes mentoring, advising, counseling, guiding. Then comes career anchors, pivots around which a person's career swings. Career planning and development concepts. Career development, this refers more broadly to the overall planning and development concepts. Okay. Career development. This refers more broadly to the overall progress and growth in an individual's career, often involving educating, training, and job experiences. Career development. Career planning, a subset of career management that focuses on setting short-term and long-term career goals and planning the steps to achieve them. Career planning, a subset of career management. What is career management? The process for enabling employees to better understand and develop their career skills and interests, and to use these skills and interests most effectively both within the company and after they leave the firm. And then career planning, a subset of career management that focuses on setting short-term and long-term career goals and planning the steps to achieve them. Career counseling, a more personalized and supportive interaction usually provided by HR and professional counselors to help individuals choose or change careers. Career development. This refers more broadly to the overall progression and growth in an individual's career, often involving educating, training, and job experiences. A career plateau refers to the stage in an employee's career where the likelihood of further promotion or increase in responsibility becomes very low or stagnant. It can happen due to organizational structure limits, personal limits, or lack of available higher level roles. Career development initiatives are structured efforts by organizations to help employees grow professionally and prepare for future roles. The following are considered core career development initiatives. Career planning workshops. These are sessions designed to help employees assess their skills, set goals, and align their personal aspiration with organizational opportunities. Mentoring involves guidance and advice from experienced employees to support mentees' career progression. Career counseling offers professional support in making informed career decisions and navigating career path. Career counseling offers professional support in making informed career decisions and navigating career path. Mentoring involves guidance and advice from experienced employees to start mentees' career progression. Personal development plans, structured plans created by individuals, often in consultation with supervisors to map out learning and career objectives. Structured plans created by individuals to map out learning and career objectives. And performance management systems. Employers adopt performance management system to enhance organization effectiveness by aligning individual performance with business goals. Some of its characteristics are: does not have direct link to reward. While performance appraisal is often linked to rewards, performance management system. Direct link to reward. Performance management appraisal is often linked to rewards. Performance management focuses. Performance appraisal is linked to rewards. Performance management often focuses on development, feedback, and growth. Performance management system. Continuous review with one or more formal reviews in a year. Continuous review with one or more formal reviews in a year. This is a key feature of performance management. It includes ongoing feedback plus formal reviews. Joint or participative process. Project management involves managers and employees working together to set goals, review performance, and identify development needs. It's not top-down but collaborative. Project management involves managers and employees working together to set goals, review performance, and identify development needs. It's not top-down but collaborative. Why employees are adopting performance management system in their organizations? Adoption of total quality management philosophy. Uh, PMS supports TQM by promoting continuous improvement and performance excellence across all levels. Introducing productive appraisal strategies. A key feature of PMS is to evaluate employee performance systematically, not just to judge but to improve productivity and career growth, aligning each employee strategic plan. PMS ensures that every employee's efforts are aligned with the organization's mission, vision and strategic objective. Performance management हमने पढ़ा अभी perform appraisal which is linked to growth. 360 degree appraisal, TV Rao. TV Rao, an eminent HRD professional known for developing 360-degree feedback and HRD instruments in India. It is a method that collects feedback from multiple sources like supervisors, peers, subordinates, and sometimes customers. MBO, management by objective. A performance appraisal method where goals are set mutually by employee and manager and performance is measured based on goal achievement. One disadvantage of this method is that it is time consuming as the efforts are 1:1 based. BARS, behaviorally anchored rating scales, a method that evaluates performance based on specific behavior examples rated on a scale. Critical incident method. While the critical incident method of performance appraisal provides rich qualitative data by recording specific instances of effective or ineffective behavior, it does not lend itself easily to comparison across employees. While critical incident method of performance appraisal provides rich qualitative data by recording specific instances of effective or ineffective behavior, it easily to comparison across employees. Behaviorally anchored rating scale is a method that evaluates performance based on specific behavioral examples rated on a scale. Paired comparison method. Each employee is compared with every other employee. Alternation ranking method ranks employees from best to worst by altering between highest and lowest. Forced distribution method is specifically designed to prevent leniency bias where users rate all or most employees as satisfactory or high. This method forces evaluators to distribute ratings across a predefined bell curve, ensuring a spread of performance level among employees. For example, top 10% outstanding, next 20% above average, next middle 40% average, next 20% below average, bottom 10% poor. This method compels managers to differentiate between high and low performance, avoiding the common tendency to rate everyone similarly. Next is appraisal promotion related grievances. Included in promotion related supersession occurs when a junior is promoted over a more senior or deserving employee without valid reason. Common grievances in promotion cases. Promoted over a more senior. Acting promotions. When an employee is made to work in a higher position temporarily but not officially promoted or paid up, it accordingly leads to dissatisfaction and grievances. Supersession. Acting promotions. Seniority is often a basis for promotion. Disputes over seniority rankings can lead to promotion grievances. Pay fixation. Once promoted, if the pay is not fixed appropriately as per promotion norms, it leads to grievances. Occurs when a junior is promoted over a more senior or deserving employee with pay fixation. Once promoted, if the pay is not fixed appropriately as per promotion norms, it leads to grievances. Different types of grievances. Then comes organizational development, change in organizational development interventions. Organization development process model by HMF Rush. The organizational process model by HMF Rush outlines a structured sequence for implementing change in organization. These problems consist of five main stages. First, problem recognition, organization diagnosis, feedback for change strategy, intervention, measurement, and evaluation. The organization development process model by HMF outlines a structured sequence for implementing change in organization. The process consists of five stages in the following order: problem recognition, organization diagnosis, feedback for change strategy, interventions, and measurement evaluation. फर्स्ट हमेशा प्रॉब्लम रिकग्निशन आएगा या आइडेंटिफाई स्टेप्स आइडेंटिफाई आएगा लास्ट हमेशा मेजरमेंट और इवैल्यूएशन और उसके बीच में सारे चेंजेस. So for now this we will mark Forces of organization change. Technological advancement. New technologies force companies to adapt. Workforce diversity. Changes in societal demographic influence hiring and HR practices. Competition in the market. Competitor actions. Pricing, innovation, etc. Prompt strategic changes. Often organizations encounter many different forces for change, which may be external or internal. External forces of change originate from outside the organization and usually impact its strategy, structure, and operations. Example includes technological advancement, workforce diversity, competition in the market. In contrast, change in leadership is an internal force for change. It happens within the organization when a new leader manager comes in and brings in a new vision, priorities, and management style. Forces of organizational change, technological advancement, workforce diversity, competition in the market. Organizational change process. First is diagnosis, information collection, deliberation, thinking about it, action proposal, and last implementation and evaluation will always come last. Diagnosis can come first, or what do you say? Problem recognition, diagnosis, identifying key behaviors will always come first. The force field theory of change was propounded by Kurt Lewin, a pioneer in social psychology and organizational change. According to this theory, any situation is held in balance by two opposing set of forces: driving forces which push for change, restraining forces which resist change. Lewin suggested a successful change requires unfreezing, breaking down the existing status quo, changing, moving to a new state, refreezing, establishing stability in the new state. This model is found in organizational development and change management. So this is common in any organization. If you bring about a change, there will be people who will resist it and people who will drive it. So what you do, you unfreeze, you break down the existing status quo, you change, moving to a new state, and refreeze, establishing stability in the new state. Organization development interventions. In organization development interventions are categorized based on their focus, individual, team, or organization, and their structure, structured versus unstructured. Structured OD interventions involve formal systematic efforts that follow predefined process and are often organization-wide. These include reorganization, work review, management by objectives. Unstructured OD interventions is team development, counseling. Okay. Organization development process by model by HMF Rush. Now third is first war for talent. The holistic and integrated and goal-oriented process of planning, recruiting, selecting, developing, managing, and compensating employees is known as talent management. Talent management includes human resource planning, selection of employees, development of employees, employee compensation. The war for talent is a term coined by McKinsey and Company in 1997. It emerged from a research project conducted by the consulting firm that highlighted the critical importance of attracting, developing, and retaining top talent as a key strategic priority for companies. The idea was that companies would increasingly face competition not just in marketplace but for skilled human resources, and that talent would become a key differentiator in organizational success. War for Talent 1997 McKinsey. Then comes ethical considerations during downsizing. John Challenger, a prominent voice in human resource strategy, emphasized ethical consideration during downsizing, a process that can be emotional and socially disruptive. He suggested that companies must pay attention to the following four key factors to ensure downsizing is handled ethically and responsibly. Planning. Proper planning ensures downsizing is done strategically, avoiding unnecessary harm to employees and preserving company morale. Emotions. Acknowledging and managing the emotional impact on employees and managers is critical during layoff. Timing. Downsizing should be timed carefully to minimize disruption and confusion. Stakeholder perception. Companies must consider how downsizing actions are perceived by internal and external stakeholders to maintain trust and reputation. A skill inventory is a comprehensive database or record maintained by HR that contains detailed information about employees' action, qualification, and experience to help with planning, succession, and deployment decision. It includes employees' personal data, name, contact details, employees' potential promotion for future roles, salary and job history, past position, past pay history, education, certification, language, tenure, technical skills, etc. Employee engagement and work-life balance. Employee satisfaction. Now let's see, we are starting a new topic. Employee satisfaction refers to how content or happy an employee is with their job. Employee engagement goes deeper. It refers to the emotional commitment an employee has towards the organization and its goals. An employee can be satisfied but not actively involved, motivated, or emotionally invested in their work. A satisfied employee can be highly disengaged. Satisfaction is how content or happy an employee is with their job. Engagement is the emotional commitment an employee has towards the organization and its goal. Okay, and an employee can be satisfied but not actively involved, motivated, or emotionally invested with the work. A satisfied employee can be highly disengaged. It is possible to feel engaged by the organization and not the job. This could happen. There is a key distinction between satisfaction and engagement. Satisfaction is with respect to the company. Engagement, employee engagement is with respect to the goals or with the company. Satisfaction is with respect to the job. Engagement is with respect to the organizational goals. So we'll just take a 5 minutes break and we'll be back after 5 minutes. We studied a lot during this first half actually, if we see. So welcome back everyone. We are going to start again. Now we will just practice because we have already studied a lot of the theory today. We will just see this employee's attitude. Power of employee to remove dissatisfaction is high when the position in the organization is extremely important. And what are the employee's attitude? It can be my boot attitude, authoritarianism. Employee says get off if you don't like it. Implies lack of coordination, cooperation, or concern for employee perspective. Shared boat attitude. This means employers and employees are interdependent with the mindset like we sail together, don't rock the boat. Our boat attitude. This reflects a collective spirit and collaboration where goal is let us combine our efforts to better our common enterprise, our boat. Share shows inclusive ownership and share responsibility. Your boat attitude. Here, the employer places responsibility entirely on the employee with the mindset of it's your business, so take pride in ownership. So we'll mark this. Okay, we'll see this is also small. According to Economic Times study, top ranked country in India as the best place to work in 2021 was DHL Express Private India Limited. Forced workers means compulsion or coercion, which is not applicable here, as the individuals willing to choose work long hours. Forced workers, which is not a this implies compulsion or coercion. Hardworking workers, while these individuals are certainly hardworking, this term doesn't capture the very self-exploitation aspect. Willing slaves. Okay, willing slaves means today's new generation knowledge workers and professionals competing for career advancements and ready to work longer hours and work almost 7 days a week. Willing slaves. Work-life balance condition. Hardworking employees is different. Forced workers are different. This implies compulsion or coercion. Hardworking employees. These individuals are certainly hardworking. This term doesn't capture voluntary self-exploitation aspect that defines willing slave. Bonded labor. This refers to illegal exploitative labor practices where workers are trapped in a cycle of death or forced work, which is not the case with modern knowledge professionals. This is illegal exploitative labor practices where workers are trapped in a cycle of death or forced work. Not the case with modern professionals. Willing slaves, today's new generation knowledge workers and professionals competing for career advancement and ready to work longer hours in almost 7 days a week. There is a term for it called willing slaves. A human resource audit is a comprehensive method to review current HR policies, procedures, documentation, and systems to identify needs for improvement and enhancement of the HR function. Common components of an HR audit include job discretion, job description, ensuring roles are clearly defined, recruitment and selection, and mandated benefits. Last is institutional theory of work-life initiatives. The institutional theory of work-life initiative and organizational behavior was more broadly was developed by Paul J. DiMaggio and Walter W. Powell. This theory is key part of new institutionalism and organizational theory. What is institutional theory? Institutional theory explains how organizational structures and practices, including work-life initiatives, are shaped not only by efficiency or technical considerations but also by social culture and social norms. According to DiMaggio and Powell 1983, organizations adopt similar practices like work-life balance not just for performance but because of institutional pressures, coercive laws, regulations, limiting successful peers, normative professional standards. This explains why organizations often adopt work-life balance initiatives even if the direct benefit isn't always clear due to institutional legitimacy. So we'll keep it at that, and now we'll go for evaluation. We'll try the rapid fire test. In the flow model associated with forecasting personal needs, the forecaster will determine the time that should be covered, establish categories to which employees can be assigned, will not estimate the probability of transition, will solicit estimate of personal needs from groups of experts, cost, count annual movements among states for several time periods. Personal need, let's see. So we'll copy this question. Syllabus can come here. Now we'll mark whatever. Now we'll see this question. If it is covered in the flow model associated with forecasting personal needs. The flow model is used to estimate future personal needs by analyzing employees' movements through different job states. Promotion, determine the time that should be covered, establish categories to which employees can be assigned. Count annual movements among states for several time periods. Yes. Let's see. Determine the time that should be covered, establish categories to which employees may be assigned. Yes, we will not estimate the probability of transition. False. Not आ गया तो false. Count annual movements among states from several time periods. Will solicit estimate is among group of experts. Okay, this was there. हमने ध्यान नहीं दिया होगा. So we'll start again. In HRM, line and staff are based on what type of relationship? Line and staff. Line is this is functional and something, right? Responsibility and commanding and supporting. Commanding and supporting. Line में you command, and staff में you are cross-functional. You are just advising, supporting. I believe this. वही तो हमने पढ़ा था. The procedure for determining the duties and skill requirement of a job and the kind of person who should for doing it. This is important. Job specifications, job description जो जब emails वगैरह आते हैं तो initially, so ये तो नहीं है. Of the job, the procedure of determining the duties and skill requirement of a job and the kind of person who should be hired to do it. Job evaluation होगा या तो analysis होगा because of the last part. जॉब जो कर रहा है उसको तुम इवेल्युएट करो. आई वुड गो विद जॉब एनालिसिस. ये इवेल्युएशन क्या होगा? सपोज कोई जॉब कर रहा है करंटली, सो तुम उसे इवेल्युएट करो. सो दैट वुड बी इवेल्युएशन. एनालिसिस वुड बी किसे रखना चाहिए किसे नहीं. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आर बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर करियर मैनेजमेंट? इम्प्रूव परफॉर्मेंस होगा, प्रोडक्टिविटी इम्प्रूव होगी, रिटेंशन भी होगा, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ कॉम्पिटेंस ये भी होगा, बेटर इंडिविजुअल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सब होगा. ए बी सी डी सब हम ABCD मार्क करेगा. although I don't know if this is the right. A सब में है तो A तो होगा. और कंफ्यूज करने को उन्होंने हमें E और C में कंफ्यूज किया है. जिधर ना सी इंक्रीज रिटेंशन ऑफ हाई टैलेंट एम्प्लॉयज, बेटर इंडिविजुअल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो सकता है. तो करियर मैनेजमेंट विल गो विथ ABCD. BCE A नहीं था. ओके, so 293. Personal job demands, human expenditure collected in job analysis falls in which of the following? Personal job demands, worker oriented activities, arrange the repatriation order. ये हमने अभी तक पढ़ा नहीं है, बट वी कैन सी रिपेट्रिएशन मीन्स किसी को मोस्ट प्रोबेबली किसी को आप बाहर देश भेज रहे हो काम के लिए या वहाँ से वापस आ रहे हो, तो हमेशा एंड में रीएडजस्टमेंट होगा, तो डी एंड में ही आएगा, सो दिस इज रॉन्ग। स्टार्ट प्रिपरेशन या ट्रांजिशन से होगा, ऑब्वियसली प्रिपरेशन से होगा, ए से शुरू होगा डी पे खत्म होगा। या तो बी सी है या सी बी है, दो में से एक है। प्रिपरेशन देन ट्रांजिशन फिजिकल रियोलॉजी, आई वुड से ए बी सी डी, ए सी बी डी है। फिजिकल रिलोकेशन के बाद ट्रांजिशन आएगा, फिर री एडजस्टमेंट होगा। सी जो चीज़ हमें नहीं पढ़ाई गई या नहीं आती है उसमें गैस लेके वी शुड मूव अहेड। नाउ दिस वी हैव स्टडीड। Career is the occupational position a person has had over many years. So B ka 4. This we have studied. There is only one option, so we'll go with that. Which of the following is not a forecasting technique for assessing human resource management? गैप एनालिसिस है, रेशियो एनालिसिस है, ट्रेंड भी है, हमने पढ़ा है। रिप्लेसमेंट चार्ट्स मैंने तो नहीं याद है, मुझे नहीं याद। Behavior modeling is a type of training program in which the organization may adopt to train its employees, which is not included in behavior modeling. ये I don't remember if we studied. I'll just copy this just in case. Type of training program which the organizations may adopt to train its employees. Presenting questions, facts or problems to the learner, ये हो सकता है। रोल प्लेइंग हो सकता है, सोशल मॉडलिंग या ए या बी में से है कुछ। A will go with A, which is not included. Formulating and executing human resource policies and practices that produce the employee competencies and behaviors the company needs to achieve its strategic aim is called. Strategic aim achieve करना है, strategic human resource management. Policies, practices, और हमें पता है ये टर्म भी है। Which of the following labor laws हमने स्टडी किया था कि वर्किंग आवर्स कंडीशंस, फैक्ट्रीज और माइंस में डेफिनेटली है, फैक्ट्रीज एक्ट, माइंस एक्ट, सिटी। नाउ दिस इम्पास यानी अटके हुए, ना तुम आगे बढ़ सकते ना वो बढ़ सकते। A situation when the parties are not able to move further towards settlement. So D का 2 है, D का 2 डेफिनेटली है। Award under the Industrial Dispute Act 1947 is, अभी ये हमें बिल्कुल भी नहीं पता है। So see, will observe, A से शुरू हो रहा है तो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली A तो है। नॉट एन आर्बिट्रेशन अवार्ड, नॉट आ गया ना तो जनरली हम प्रीफर नहीं करते, नॉट फाइनल। ए बी और डी को जनरली नहीं प्रीफर करेगा, विल गो विथ ए एंड सी मोर प्रोबेबली। यू सी, नॉट आ गया तो थोड़ा हेजिटेंट होना चाहिए, पता होगा तो ही सिलेक्ट करने का नॉट को। Organizations encounter many different forces of change for which may be external or internal. Which among the following does not come under the external forces of change? Competition in market external है, organization के बाहर है। चेंज इन लीडरशिप इंटरनल है, टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट बाहर से आता है, वर्कफोर्स डाइवर्सिटी या चेंज इन लीडरशिप। वर्कफोर्स डाइवर्सिटी भी बाहर से हम मतलब एम्प्लॉय करते हैं, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली चेंज इन लीडरशिप। The holistic, integrated and goal-oriented process of planning, recruiting, selecting, developing, managing and compensating employees is known as talent management। हमने पढ़ा था आज ही talent management। If the employee's attitude towards trade union is of acceptive, their behavior is employers, ठीक है, attitude towards is acceptive, their behavior will be participative. भाई यू ट्रेड यूनियन पब्लिक बनाती है, एम्प्लॉयर जो बिजनेस ओनर है, बिजनेस ओनर का एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स ट्रेड यूनियन अगर एक्सेप्टेंस का है कि हाँ भाई बना लो, तो पार्टिसिपेटिव है वो। अगर उसका एटीट्यूड होता कि रिजेक्शन होता, तो डिक्टेटोरियल होता कि मेरी मर्जी चलेगी। और पैटर्नल और बिजनेस लाइक तो क्यों दिया है पता ही नहीं, बिजनेस लाइक, एंड वी आर रॉन्ग। ठीक है, वी स्कोर्ड 9 विच इज ओके। Let us see the syllabus. So human resource management almost 12 marks का है, we'll see. Managerial accounting, financial management, okay. We'll try again one last time. See, along with studying, practice is important. जो आंसर गलत आते you can go through the question, the theory that is there, to study it again. That is also important. Evaluating yourself. The process for enabling employees to better understand and develop their career and interest more effectively is termed as. The process for enabling employees to better understand and develop their career and interest more effectively. या तो करियर काउंसलिंग नहीं है, करियर मैनेजमेंट। Start again. What type of employees are included in the definition of IHRM by P. Morgan? This we do not know, we'll just go by the options. B सब में है parent country nationals. 3 3 2 4 मोस्ट प्रोबेबली 3 में आंसर A B C या B C D, बिकॉज दूसरे ऑप्शन में A B C D है, A B है, तो कंफ्यूजन के लिए A दिया होगा, सो आई विल गो विद समथिंग लाइक दिस. The process of enabling employees to better understand and develop their careers and interests to use this skills both within the company and outside is known as career develop counseling, career management, career management. It's rating impressive. You passed with 1 of 2. I believe sarcasm. The repatriation process हमने ये देखा था सबसे पहले. प्रेजेंट प्रिपरेशन होगा, फिर फिजिकल रिलोकेशन होगा, फिर ट्रांजिशन होगा, फिर रीएडजस्टमेंट होगा. ACBD. See, when you do something wrong, you remember it. Okay, so that is how you. Which of the following is not a justification for preferring ethnocentric approach for staffing? This united corporate culture can be maintained. Okay, this. So it seems we have a lot to learn in this HR management. Based on first two, इसमें हमने go through कर लिया है, but if you see पहले units में हमने बहुत टाइम लिया था, इसमें हमने 1 to 2 days में बहुत प्रोग्रेस कर लिया, इसलिए we are unable to get the questions or we need to go through it again. So let's say हमारा एक बार पढ़ के हो जाएगा, we will try the test. If not good, then again we'll go through it, unless we'll हम सीख जाते हैं. That is what is main here. So we will tomorrow our aim will be to finish this industrial revolution, go through the exam again. जब तक हम 10 मिनट में at least 20 questions correct नहीं करते with no wrongs, we will keep going through it again and again. We will study it again and again and again and again. Okay, so that is a process we'll follow. हम एक एक यूनिट को कैप्चर करते हुए जाएंगे. So thank you all for listening. Any questions in the comment section below. I'll see you all tomorrow in the next episode of UGC NET Management 60 days 60-minute challenge.